Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Furnace. So, Furnace is a 2 to 4 player game. It was published in 2021. I have been looking at this game since I first saw pictures of it, thinking, I think I need to play that. I knew nothing of the game. Nothing about it, nothing about how it played or the mechanisms or anything. The only thing I saw was that cover art. And I instantly thought, I need to play that game. And you know what? I was right. This is in essence, a factory building game on the industrial age kind of idea. Very similar timeline stuff to what Brass is about. It's a vastly different game to Brass, don't misunderstand me, but it's kind of in a similar timeline era space between the two games. So in this game, it is 100% a bidding auction game. You have 4 little tokens and they're numbered 1 to 4. And there are a number of cards that have come out on the table. The number of cards changes depending on the player count. And you put a number onto one of those cards. If you have a 4 on a card, no one else is able to put a 4 onto that card, you are going to win that card. If you have a 3 on a card, someone else may put a 4 above you. But there's a marking at the top of each card with some resource, and so you will get the resource multiplied by the bid that you put onto that card if you don't win the card. So if you have a 3 down and someone else takes that card with a 4, you're getting 3 times the amount of resource that's at the top of that card. And suddenly you're in a position of really thinking, I don't really want that card, but I could really do with those resources. So I'll put a token on there, hoping that someone puts on something higher, or knowing that someone already has something higher down, putting a token in there just so you can get those resources. And that's actually a really good way to play. And I think that's intentionally the way to play. The whole idea is you're getting cards into your factory and you can make each of your cards work once. It doesn't matter which order, you're able to choose the order. I do believe that there's some kind of slight different rules at the back of the book that say that your factory needs to land in order. I don't worry about those extra rule things. You can have a look at them for yourself and see if there's something that works well for you or not. But this game, it's build your factory, run your factory. So you want to have cards that are going to be able to turn your coal into oil or into metal and use the metal to sell that to get points, or use the oil to sell that to get points. The points is actually money. So when I sell things, I get money in for it. Whoever has the most money at the end of the game wins the game. It's as simple as that. This is a quick game on the table once you know what you're doing. There are 4 rounds total. It's supposed to last for about 45 minutes. I think that if everyone knows what they're doing, yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. The thing that you do need to be very careful of, and I was doing this with my wife and she caught the negative end of this quite a lot, is that often you may find that you only actually gain 1 card because you put your 3 out and someone else has put a 4 over the top of that, and suddenly you don't get that card, and your 2s and 1s will usually not get cards anyway. So she was finding that she was only getting maybe 1 card a round rather than myself, who was getting 2 or even 3 cards in a round, simply because of what I was going after. You've just got to be really careful of that potential, or understand that that potential is there before you start playing, so no one feels like they're being picked on or anything. It's just, oh, you only got those cards. You're going to get a whole bunch of resource if you only get 1 card, by the way, because all of your other tokens will be gaining resource in. And might I say, she did actually win that game where she was complaining about not getting so many factory cards. And you know what? It may actually be a way to play, to not get the factory cards, to go after getting the resource, to be able to then utilize those resources. Each of the cards is double-sided. So when they come out, they're on their basic side. There's a icon showing what is on the other side. So when you upgrade, you can see exactly what's on that other side, but you can't gain it until the card has been upgraded. Everyone has a card at the beginning of the game which gives them a token, which enables you to use that token to upgrade a card. I think you have to use that token and some resource, depending which card you have. But that allows you to upgrade a card. There are other cards that come out that will gain you extra tokens whenever they are played within your factory. And getting a run on that is really important, because if you can get a lot of those tokens, then you can upgrade a lot of those cards, which means you will get extra stuff out of a lot of those cards. Some of the things say you can sell 2 coal to get 3 money, and you can only do this twice in a turn. And bearing that in mind, you can't go and try and do it 3 times, but you can do it with 4 lots of coal to get the money in twice. And that's really the thing. If you can get a whole bunch of these things that gain you money working for you, then you can really, it's a building of your factory. It's a building of your mechanisms, building that thing that's just going to, oh, I do this and that gets me stuff that I can use on this card to gain stuff to go onto this card. That kind of building through. And it's really about being aware of what those cards are when you're purchasing or when you're bidding on the cards in the center of the table. Of course, quite often there'll be cards in the center of the table which need metal. But if you don't have a way of creating metal, that card is actually no benefit to you unless you're able to pick up a card that can create metal in the next round. And so there's this forward back thing of, do I go after that? Do I go after that? All the time. The beauty of the card deck, it's a really simple mechanism, but the way the cards come out is you split the deck and then deal out the 6, 7, or 8 cards. So that you can't see, top card, I know what's going to come out, at least one of the cards. No, of course, that one is not going to come out. You're going to split the deck and then separate the cards out or bring the cards out to be bid on. Look, I think I've talked enough about Furnace. I'll leave it there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.